The Chase Center was silent, the crowd gone, the scoreboard still glowing with a painful truth: the Golden State Warriors had fallen once again to the Los Angeles Lakers. The echoes of disappointment lingered in the air as Stephen Curry, the face of the franchise and the heart of the dynasty, sat in front of the media with a look that said more than words ever could. But tonight, he did speak, and his words hit harder than any three-pointer he's ever made. "I'm done waiting," Curry said firmly, his tone sharp, his frustration undeniable. The reporters froze. It wasn't the usual calm, optimistic Curry the world was used to. This was something else. Something raw. Something real. After another heartbreaking loss, Steph Curry finally let the world know that his patience with the Warriors front office, the coaching decisions, and even his teammates might have reached its limit. For years, Curry has carried this franchise on his back through championships, injuries, rebuilds, and failed experiments. But this season, it's different. Despite his individual brilliance, despite his leadership, the team just hasn't delivered. The chemistry looks off. The defense is inconsistent. And the younger players, especially Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, have struggled to step up when it matters most. The result? Another crushing defeat to LeBron James and the Lakers, a rivalry that has now turned into a painful reminder of how far the Warriors have fallen from their throne. As Curry sat down in the post-game interview, the emotion in his eyes said it all. He wasn't angry at one person. He was angry at the situation. A team once built to win championships now seems stuck in confusion. Draymond Green's fiery leadership has turned into frustration. Klay Thompson's decline continues to show. And Steve Kerr's system, once unstoppable, now feels predictable and outdated. When reporters asked Curry about the team's struggles, he paused for a long moment. Then he said, "I've done everything I can to keep this team together, to lead, to trust the process. But I can't keep waiting for something to change when I don't see the effort to actually make it happen." Those words sent shockwaves across the NBA world. "I'm done waiting." Simple, but powerful. Was this Curry's way of calling out the front office? Was he sending a message to Joe Lacob and Bob Myers' successor that time is running out? Because here's the truth: Steph Curry is 37 years old now. His prime, though still incredible, won't last forever. He knows that every season wasted is one less chance to compete for another ring. And right now, it's starting to feel like the Warriors' golden era is fading fast. Inside sources close to the Warriors' locker room have described growing tension among the players. Some veterans believe the younger guys aren't ready for the big stage. Others think the veterans are holding the team back. It's a clash of generations, and Curry is caught right in the middle. He's loyal, but he's also desperate to win. That's why his words tonight hit so deeply. There's a sense that Curry wants the Warriors to make bold moves, real moves. The kind that shake the NBA and show the world that Golden State isn't done yet. But instead, what he's seen is hesitation. Rumors have swirled all season long about potential trades: Kevin Durant possibly returning, Jimmy Butler's name being thrown around, even Giannis Antetokounmpo being linked to the Bay. But so far? Nothing. Just talk. And Steph Curry has had enough of just talk. After the press conference, social media exploded. Fans couldn't believe what they'd heard. "I'm done waiting" started trending across X and Instagram. Former players, analysts, and fans all started speculating: is Curry signaling that his time with the Warriors might be nearing an end? NBA insider Brian Windhorst went on ESPN late that night and said, "I've covered Steph for over a decade, and I've never heard him sound like that. This isn't frustration from one game, this is years of built-up exhaustion. He's tired of carrying the load and watching the front office play it safe." And that's the thing: for all of Curry's greatness, the Warriors have failed to evolve around him. The league is faster, younger, more athletic. The Warriors' system, once revolutionary, now looks vulnerable. Teams have learned how to defend them. The magic that once felt unstoppable has dimmed. But Curry isn't giving up, not yet. After the cameras were off, insiders say he stayed on the court for nearly an hour, shooting threes alone in an empty arena. Just him and the sound of the ball hitting the net. It's his therapy, his way of thinking. Some witnesses even said he looked emotional, shaking his head between shots, whispering to himself as if replaying everything in his mind. Later that night, in an emotional post on Instagram, Curry wrote, "I love this game too much to settle. I'll always give everything I have. But change only happens when people want it." Fans immediately flooded the comments with messages of support and concern. Some begged the front office to make a move before it's too late. Others worried this could be the beginning of the end for Curry's time in Golden State. Let's not forget Curry has never been one to create drama. He's always been the ultimate teammate, the ultimate leader. But even the greatest leaders have breaking points. Losing to the Lakers, again, in front of a national audience, might have just pushed him there. And what makes it sting even more is the rivalry. LeBron James, at 40 years old, is still finding ways to dominate the Warriors, still finding ways to outshine Curry's squad. That comparison hurts. Curry knows his legacy is tied to winning, to staying competitive. And right now, he's watching his dreams slip through his fingers. The front office is now under massive pressure. Joe Lacob has already promised that the Warriors will do whatever it takes to stay competitive. But words are cheap. Curry wants action. Whether it's a blockbuster trade, a coaching shift, or even moving on from familiar faces, something drastic needs to happen. Because if it doesn't, the unthinkable could become reality. Stephen Curry might one day consider leaving Golden State to chase one last title elsewhere. Insiders say that Curry has quietly been in contact with some of his old teammates, and even former rivals. Some reports suggest he's spoken to Kevin Durant recently, discussing what could have been and what still could be. Others believe he's exploring his influence and convincing the front office to go all in for another superstar before it's too late. But here's the twist: not everyone in the Warriors camp agrees with Curry's stance. Some think the team needs patience. That Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and Tracy Jackson Davis need more time to grow. That the Warriors' future lies in the youth movement. But for Curry, time is a luxury he doesn't have anymore. And that's what makes this situation so explosive. It's not just about basketball, it's about legacy, loyalty, and the hunger to win. Steph Curry isn't asking for perfection, he's asking for commitment. The same commitment he's shown for over a decade. As the team prepares for the next game, the tension is thick. Draymond Green reportedly confronted a few teammates in the locker room, urging them to play for Steph, or don't play at all. Klay Thompson, meanwhile, sat quietly, visibly emotional, knowing his struggles this season have only added to the weight on Curry's shoulders. And the fans? They're torn between heartbreak and hope. Some believe this fiery version of Curry could reignite the team. Others fear it's a sign that the dynasty is truly coming to an end. What happens next could define the Warriors' future and Curry's. The front office has to make a decision, rebuild or reload. Because their star player just sent them a message loud and clear: he's not waiting any longer. Steph Curry has given everything to this franchise: his loyalty, his leadership, his legacy. But now, for the first time, he's demanding the same in return. Whether the Warriors respond with action or excuses will decide not only this season but the very future of the Golden State dynasty. And as the cameras fade and the lights dim at Chase Center, one thing is certain: Steph Curry isn't done fighting. But he's done waiting. Would you like me to continue this script into part 2, where the Warriors front office and players react to Curry's statement, and how the NBA world explodes with trade rumors following his words?